So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barista Nz, and this is Nezeville. Ever since our dearest Tuface announced that he was getting a divorce from his wife Annie, my brother has not rested. He has come under the bus. He's been dragged, screwed, chopped and squeezed. Now, we will all recall that Tuface took to Instagram in January of this year to say this. Hello to my beautiful people of all federations. Well, this thing I have to say is short but also long. I and Annie Natasha have been separated for a while now and currently filed divorce. I would grant a press release soon to say my story, not because it is anyone's right to know about my personal life, but because I love my people and I need them to know my innocence or offense. Stay blessed, my people. I love you all. Once this message dropped, Tuface, who used to be the symbol of love, peace, grace, humility, and talent, turned into the soulless villain in the eyes of the online family. Why? But we have always encouraged people to walk out of toxic marriages. Every day we encourage women to walk away from painful situations that are taking life away from them rather than giving them life. Marriages that do no longer serve its purpose. Why then is this man being crucified and castigated for doing just the same thing? Or don't men have a right to walk away? If it were Annie that came out to announce this divorce, will we have gotten the same uproar? Some people had those questions to ask, but I'll tell you why. Why I believe that the reactions of people were this way in the case of Tuface. First, Annie and Tuface go way back. They come from very humble beginnings. She was that woman that stuck by him when he had very little or nothing. She was that ride or die chick that believed in him even when the world did not know him. So people did find it very painful that now that he is a super mega star and he has arrived, he is leaving the woman that has always been there to hold him down from day one. Secondly, my belief as to why people's reactions were this way is because Tuface is believed to be the bad guy. He is believed to be the one who wronged her, who hurt her, who betrayed her, who humiliated her, who had 5 other children on her. Yes, Annie may have had her own shortcomings in the marriage, just as every human being. But the conspicuous wrongdoer, the one that made it out to social media, the one that was obviously seen to be a sign of sabotage in the marriage, came from Tuface. So people did believe that Tuface, through his years of recklessness, as they put it, and years of causing her unbearable emotional strain, had broken her. And now that she was a broken woman, he was leaving her. And they asked, for who? Who is he leaving her for? Thirdly, my belief as to why Tuface came seriously under the bus is that despite there is no ideal or perfect time to ever make a divorce announcement, people still had the opinion that Tuface's timing was very insensitive, particularly wrong, considering the lady's state of mind at the time. When Tuface came out with this announcement, their mutual friend, media personality, Toke Makinwa, came out to rebuke Tuface. This is what she said. This is wrong on all levels, and you should be ashamed of yourself for bringing this here. Bring it on. If you think she's alone, let me tell you here that you would have to fight all of us. I'm not one for too much talk, but what is wrong is wrong. No one is innocent. And if you want to bring the media into it, knowing what is happening, emphasis on that line, knowing what is happening, we will fight for her. So the word out there was that Annie Natasha was at the lowest of the lowest point of her life. she had checked out mentally. She was in rehab. She was a shadow of herself. She was a ghost of what she used to be. So people felt Tuface coming to make that divorce announcement in the eye of this woman's storm, a woman that he had been with for almost 25 years, did not show any humanity or consideration for her. And lastly, even more scandalously, Tuface's announcement of the end of his marriage was closely followed by an immediate introduction of another woman and showing videos of him engaging this woman and calling her his wife, even when he is still legally married to Annie and the divorce process has not been concluded. So people saw this move as very shady and slimy, as though passing the impression that he had purposely dumped Annie for another woman after the hell that he had put her through. So people felt some certain ways about the way he was busy flaunting this new woman on social media, while the woman that they term he has broken was in rehab, struggling for her life and her sanity. So for these aforementioned reasons, and even maybe more, people were very livid with Tuface. And truth be told, if it was Annie that did that breakup announcement, that divorce announcement, it wouldn't have generated this much controversy because she is seen as the victim in that marriage. So people would have just perceived it as a victim finally escaping captivity, and she would have been applauded. But Tuface doing that, it did put him at a very bad place reputation-wise, and he has been constantly dragged under the bus. Now, ever since the breaking of this announcement and the chaos that ensued, Tuface has never really sat down in any interview or podcast or whatever to address these issues, and understandably so. It is his private life. He doesn't owe anybody any explanations, does he? But in this podcast that aired a few days ago, he opened up and indeed had plenty to say, especially about what is considered by many to be the main issue that rocked his marriage with Annie: infidelity and his inability to keep that pistol in the holster. Let us listen together.
Is it possible to be loyal and be two-faced?
Understand.
Is it possible to be a loyal man to a woman?
Well, I've
said
this a couple of places before. I got into trouble for it, but I didn't care about that.
Fuck it, say it.
Man, no fit. I don't know fit. But I will talk for my own self. I don't go talk about. But man, not they built to just sexually
deal with one woman.
A man is not built to be
heart
one woman.
and love. If you give one
Calm
woman.
down.
Heart, love, respect, and say, oh, this person is my person. It fit. But sexually, it's impossible for man.
So what you're trying to say is that a man cannot be with one woman sexually.
Yes.
You see, our legend has been very consistent with this opinion of his. Over the years, it has neither changed or wavered. Remember the young, famous and African show where he said this exact thing? That one was worse because he said it even in the presence of his wife, Annie.
I think we're misunderstanding you. Is this how you feel in your relationship?
That's what she's saying. This is what I think.
That's what he's saying, yeah.
Reason.
No, hold up.
In your relationship.
I don't necessarily do it,
That's all I say.
I know that this is like
how men are wired.
Yes. Men are wired like that. A man would love a woman to hell.
100%.
Or maybe he's somewhere.
Yeah.
His dick will just decide something.
No, he's mine, not his dick. It's not his own entity.
Okay, however you look at it.
Yeah.
He will fuck.
Even if he's married
But he
and he's
will not
committed.
even give a fuck about that person. He just wants to
So is that us? Yeah, are you talking about January or you're talking about yourself? That's what
Is this what you believe or you're talking about Jimmy?
It's what I believe.
But is that you or is that belief?
Tuface once again is insisting, as he always has, that a man is polygamous naturally, biologically, chemically, physiotherapically, spiritually, and otherwise. That a man is not designed to be sexual with only one woman. No. It is not in his nature.
So which means you're with my guy, Tasha. So which means you another person apart from Tasha.
See you another thing. That's what I like to look for trouble. I don't tell you what I talk.
I'm just saying.
I don't tell you what I talk. I will try my best. I will try my best.
You try your
to answer
best,
you.
but
I will try my best to answer you.
okay.
I don't talk with you. I talk.
Say
Maybe
man
that one
feel
you
love
look for
woman
now.
die.
My trouble you just look for.
English and
I tell you
Nigerian,
the
and I'm
biology of
getting
man. I know they
confused.
see this thing I'm saying to you is
I will explain.
Please.
now biology of man.
Is it biology? Is it
Yeah.
natural thing?
Yeah.
It's nature.
And anybody who won't follow me argue, I'm fine.
And that women's inability to accept that and live with that and deal with that has been the major cause of wahala and problems in marriages and relationships.
But when it comes to that sexual
Satisfaction.
it's now biology of man.
Oh.
The seed too plenty. You don't feel drop off on anyone. It is what has gotten so many people in trouble. It's a simple fact. You need to accept them. You understand what I'm saying? Because so many heartache, unnecessary stress, unnecessary stuff will be avoided if we
The expectation
understand
is
the
switched.
simple fact.
Acapella needs to translate so I can understand that
What
the
is-
trade
It's
of
not
the
realistic.
conversation.
What my
It's
guy is
not
now
a
wait.
realistic
No,
thing.
wait.
These things, they cause unnecessary heartache left, right, and center. We just have to understand and accept this fact. I swear to God, the world will be a very easier place to exist.
That yes, a man can love a woman totally, wholesomely, completely, in and out, flaws and all. But he can still and he will still be sleeping with other women. But that does not affect the love that he has for his babe. Because that act of being sexually involved with other women is his nature. Now, when the female host on the show expressed concerns about how such a lifestyle and such belief can be injurious to the woman at home, because this man that believes that it is his birthright to sleep around can come back home and give the innocent wife diseases and sicknesses. Tuface had an answer to that, describing the act of numerous sexual escapades as rain. He made reference to a raincoat or an umbrella, meaning you can have all the sex, but what is important is protection. What is important is that you shield yourself just in case that person that you are sleeping with has HIV or syphilis or gonorrhea or whatever in the world that they are carrying, so you do not have to get yourself infected. So for Tuface, the act of sleeping around is not the issue. What should be focused on is ensuring that protection, adequate protection, is used in the process.
We have diseases out there in the
Yeah,
world that have
good.
killed
Yeah,
women.
facts.
Yeah.
We have these men, right, that go out there and leave children all over this world that are not being
Facts.
taken care of.
Facts.
How are we condoning such behavior that comes from a man being allowed to go and satisfy women everywhere?
Well,
when they are leaving
see,
heartache and
see,
diseases.
if you drive car, you need to put your seatbelts on, right?
If you are driving
So
a car.
what
But
I'm
you
saying,
guys
what
have
I'm saying
failed to
has
put
nothing
your
to do.
seatbelts on.
What exactly? What I'm saying has that you have to be responsible. You have to be responsible.
I like this guy. Oh yes, I like this guy. This man, Tuface Idibia, has been clear and consistent as to who he is and what he stands for when it comes to marriage and the concept of fidelity. He has constantly been unambiguous about what his principles and values are around this subject. In fact, by the power vested in me, I hereby denounce that name, Tuface, from Ino, and I name him One Face. Because what this man has been saying has not changed though. He has never pretended to be monogamous or a believer of marital fidelity. He is a free man that believes in spreading his seeds because it is in his nature, because he is programmed and engineered to be like that. And he has shown it in his deeds, in his actions, in his words, in his lifestyle. And believe you me, he is not alone. So many men in Africa have the same belief. Many of them are watching me right now. Yes, you. No. Don't hide at the back. Come forward and own it with your full chest. You watching me. So many men from all walks of life, rich or poor, old or young, educated or illiterate. Many men in Africa believe that it is second nature for a man not to be with one woman sexually. The only difference is that this man is famous and he is unabashedly saying it out without cutting through the corners. And this is the point where many women make the mistakes of their lives by thinking that we can love a man out of his beliefs, believing that if we give just enough of ourselves, we can get him to change, hoping that with time we can convince him otherwise, placing feelings as the foundation of a union or of a marriage rather than shared values and shared belief systems, hoping that with fervent prayers and fasting, with time, he will turn a new leaf. My dear brothers and sisters, I am here to announce to you that the only way you can change an adult is only if that adult is wearing diapers. Such well-informed conviction. No, this is not just a belief. This is a firm conviction, a dogma, a creed. It doesn't change. So when confronted with such a person, it then becomes your choice to accept to deal with it, to manage it, to accept it, or to excuse yourself. It wouldn't change. The marriage would even amplify it. There are women who believe the same. Are you aware? There are women who share in the same belief. Either maybe women who have been brainwashed, or women who their mothers have, indoctrinated to believe that that is life, or women who do not place value on themselves, or for one reason or the other. There are several reasons. But there are also women who believe the same thing. In fact, they go around defending infidelity, defending it, say, oh yes, men are polygamous in nature. It is their nature. Men are this. There are some women that believe that, and it's fine. Let those women align with those men whom they share the same value systems. And this is for both genders. The other day, just a few days ago, when we were talking about this Linka Doche and Yinka Tiersen saga, that I dedicated a video speaking to we women about how we can better manage and conduct ourselves when we get married, as some of us are chaos bringers and chaos instigators when we get married. I want to commend my women who listened. The first step of growth, nobody gets intelligent or stays intelligent by thinking they know it all, by being unreceptive to new ideas. So in as much as we encourage our men to do better in some respects, when we're also being addressed, it's good that we listen. We don't say, it is because some men too. Some men, when we are talking about men or when we're talking about in-laws, we'll talk about them. But when we're talking about we, do not deflect. Do not leave the issue on ground and start saying how some men can. Yes, some men can. But in that video, we're talking about us. So let it be about us. Okay? That is called accountability. That is called being self-reflective. And it's a gift. So thank you to all the women who connected in that video and saw one or two ways that they can improve themselves. But right there in the comment section, we had a few people. There was one particular commenter that was just going everywhere around the comment section. And according to her, she was like, your parents, your siblings are not your family. One of the comments went like this: My siblings are not my family. My family are my husband and kids, the one I decided to have and bring on this earth. My siblings are my siblings, blood relatives, and we are members of the family that belonged to my mother and father. Now, this is her idea, right? So she's saying that if a woman does not have a husband and children, there's some women that will never get married. It's not a curse. There's some women that do not get married and will never get married. So what this person is saying is that that person does not have a family, right? The only family is the one that you made. Your own brother, your own sister, your mother, your father is not your family, okay? That's what this person is saying. And that is her value system. Now, just imagine yourself as a man who grew up in a very liberal home, in a loving home, in a home of jovial and love and trust, in a home where people have jovial natures, a home with a sense of community. You get married to such a woman, where if you tell her my mother is coming to visit, she will be angry. Where if you send 10,000 naira to your sister to help her in school, she will be upset. Where if you gather some things, some provisions, and dash your relatives, she will not like it. Now, you guys have two different values when it comes to family. And you marry such a person, what do you expect in that marriage? It's going to be boss, because this is how your value systems are. Two parallel lines. Or you're a man that believes, maybe you grow up seeing your mother being supportive in the house, being enterprising and industrious, and you marry a woman whose belief system is that a man must take care of me. I cannot work, I cannot do anything, I cannot lift a finger. A woman who the value she has for her man is in his ability to cater to her. The second he cannot provide, oh boy, the love has disappeared. Now you marry such a woman, that is her value system when it comes to the involvement of a woman to build the household. And maybe you go broke in the marriage. Such a woman will reignite her relationship with her ex-boyfriend. I've seen several marriages where the women are still in jolly and jollificating with their ex-boyfriends, their ex-sugar daddies, their ex-lovers. Once the husband cannot provide, they will call him and start doing me, and tell the guy to please send them money. They cannot do anything for themselves. Now you see that nature, you see that value, you see that belief system, and you go and marry that person. So what are you expecting in the marriage? The importance of a shared value system and a shared belief system cannot be overemphasized when it comes to marriage. For example, you as a woman, you are with a man who grew up seeing his father stay responsible and committed to his mother. His mother did not groom him to believe that women were made for his service, his pleasure, and his enjoyment. The world of women revolves around him. My son, my son, my son. He didn't grow up with such a mother. He grew up with a mother that held him accountable and cultivated discipline in him. A man who believes that both a man and a woman can be monogamous or polygamous, that it has to do with self-discipline, awareness, and control. This same man I'm talking about, you're with a man, this man who believes in real value for marriage, who wants his marriage to work, who places the emotional wellness of his partner way above any silly tradition or culture that could hurt her or jeopardize her emotional state of mind. Even if such a man goes astray to step out on a relationship, the approach, the aftermath will be different. It will be easier for this man to retrace his steps. This man will feel guilty and bad for having done something wrong. If he is caught by his wife, he will be sorry. He will take responsibility. He will take accountability. He will try to fix things. He will try to apologize and make up for what he has done. And chances of a reoccurrence will be minimal because he would see that event as a mistake. But when you are with a man who is the opposite of this man, who perceives it as second nature to do that, who for him it's a philosophy, it's a tenet, there will be no remorse. Because you only feel remorse when you believe you've done something wrong now. So you're feeling bad for the wrong thing that you have done. There will be no genuine remorse because to him, he didn't do anything. Rather, he will guilt trip you. He would be upset with you for overreacting about something so simple and something so natural. And he will do it over and over and again because to him, it is normal. It is a lifestyle. It is nature. That's how it's supposed to be. So when a person tells you who they are or shows you who they are, believe them. Don't try to cry your way to make them change their minds or lie to you. Some women, you see them in a relationship crying. Do you love me? Just tell me if you love me. I want to know right now. Tell me if you love me. But that man that you're asking this damn question does not call them, goes days without calling them, does not check up on them, doesn't try to impress them, doesn't spend a dime on them. Yes, if a man loves you, even if anybody loves you, the person will not mind taking out of their resources to make you happy. Yes, not to talk about a man who prides himself primarily as a provider. The man cannot bring out anything and say, oh, take this gift. He doesn't bother care whether he hurts you. He doesn't show any consideration for your feelings, whether you are hurt or you're happy or you're sad. Consign him. He doesn't show any interest in your plans or your future. And you are there crying and asking him if he loves you. You want to put him in a spot where he will have no other option but to lie to you when your answers are staring at you right there in the face, and we're not going to use our senses and use our tongues to count our teeth. Generally speaking, men are worse pretenders than women. Women do better jobs at at pretending and offering and putting up a facade. Men suck most times at it. So if he's not telling you, he will be showing you. Believe them the first time. In this case, Tuface was not only magnanimous enough to show the world and to show Annie who he is by having 7 children with 3 different women in the space of less than 10 years. He has also taken out the time to tell us time and again. And Annie's mistake was thinking that some vows or a marriage ceremony or a wedding would change that. Marriage will only exacerbate those demons. I am by no means blaming Annie. On the contrary, what I feel for her is pity. I feel sorry for her. She started out so young with that guy. She was so naive. She didn't know anything and she didn't have a father in her life. So there was a vacuum that she just was so anxious to fill without her even knowing it. Besides, the information that we have today at our disposal was not same some 15, 20 years ago. Now you can go on YouTube, you can go on TikTok, you can go on Instagram, you can go on AI and research and know things that you didn't know. And you see people sharing experiences of what you are presently living. And you have options of what to do. Then it wasn't like that. That is why I would say these days, youngies of these days, you guys don't have any excuse. Or that he was married, I didn't know he was married. Or that this is it. You guys don't have any excuse. Everywhere don't open now. Technology don't open everywhere. It's easy to know and to research and get all your facts and figures. But then it wasn't like that. All she had available to her in terms of knowledge was what was around her. So she acted based on who and what she was back then. So I'm not really blaming her. My focus is more on you and I, people watching me today that are learning from these experiences of other people. When a person tells you or shows you who they are, believe them. Act on it. Make a decision most suitable for you. Because whatever decision that you make, there are consequences for the decisions and you would have to face them and live with them. The only thing I disagree with very vehemently is when our legend, Tuface Idibia, painted it like some kind of genetic flaw, like a DNA illness, general to all men that they do not have any control over. Like it's biological. He said that it is his opinion, which we respect, which he's entitled to, but he now said that it is his opinion that all men cannot be sexually committed to just one woman. And that I disagree with. And although it is his opinion, right? Everybody has a right to their opinion. It's still a dangerous mindset to push out there, especially for a man of his standing, because we are in an era of influence. People hardly have a mind of their own these days. They see what their icon, their idol says, and they take it as law. I would have preferred if he said categorically that I, Tuface Idibia, cannot be sexually satisfied with one woman. I need multiple sexual partners. Not hiding under the umbrella of all men, because you cannot speak for all men. And nothing in life is absolutely absolute. And if you did logic in university, if you took that course, logic in university, then you will be conversant with the fallacy of hasty generalization. Not all men normalize being married and putting their penises in any willing female. Some people, they don't even need to be married. Even as single people dating, it is not just them to be that way. And for men like this, it's not about you. It's not about you as I love you as my wife or as my partner. No. Because if it's about love, there are times in a marriage or times in a relationship that you will look for the love, you won't see it. What you'll be saying is annoyance. How that person is the most annoying person in the world. And how you open your two eyes to marry that person. You understand? So when the love is not there, if it's about love, when you don't feel that love or those butterflies, then you go out and do that thing, right? So it's not really benchmarked on that love. For some people, it's about principles. It's about their personal values as a person. For some persons, it's about their dignity and integrity, not wanting every Mary, Rose, and Jane to see them naked and vulnerable. For some, it's about believing that it is a sin and that it will not be pleasing before the sight of God. It's about their relationship with God. It's about the respect they have for God. It's about being reluctant to offend God. It's not even about you. For some, it's about believing that sexual intercourse transcends way beyond the physical, and it has spiritual implications, and that it involves spiritual exchange and transfer of energies and soul ties. And they do not want to bring in any pollution or any complications in their lives that will start affecting their success or their good luck, their star, because you do not know who that person that you are laying with, jumping up and down, really is. Some of them, they sleep with witches, they sleep with ogbanjes, they sleep with anything, and they bring that energy back to the family and contaminates the home. For some, it's simply about a high ethical concept of doing unto others what you would want others to do unto you. It's as simple as that for some people. Being realists instead of cultural puppets. Instead of living in the fool's paradise, believing that men can be polygamous, but women is okay, they can accept it. Some men have chosen to be realists to understand that nobody loves to share a love interest. Even mechanic, hairdresser, you will make hair. If you're a lady, you can attest to it, that you will make your hair, even guys, maybe a barber, you make your hair here, and your barber or your hairdresser sees you in another barber's shop. The heart break. Some of us will even hide. We won't want our hairdresser to see us in Mama Ejima's shop. We won't want our mechanics to see that we have taken our car to Baba Ijebu instead of them. That feeling of betrayal, that hurt, that, anger. Sometimes when you come back, you see the person's face will be squeezed. Someone that did not take a vow with you is already feeling a certain way, already feeling jealous, already feeling hurt, already feeling betrayed that you went to another person's place, that you went to a competitor's place. Then talk more of in a marriage. Some people understand that concept of polygamy is a fallacy. There's nothing like happy, joyful polygamy, because human beings are like the nature of God, as the Bible said, and they are jealous. Humans are jealous just as God is jealous. For some people, it's about not wanting to worry about the possibility of diseases, life-altering, life-ending sicknesses, because no matter the protection you use, a mistake can still happen. So what if that mistake happens and that other person that is on top of you, or that you're on top of, has a disease that would ruin you and ruin your innocent wife and alter the course of your family and leave the children as orphans? For them, that act is not commensurate, that pleasure is not commensurate to the risk involved. For some, they have gone beyond that lazy approach of accepting an easy way out to irresponsibility and terminate nature, and understanding that even nature can change. After all, it is not in women's nature to work. Are you aware? When the serpent came to tempt Adam, when the serpent came to tempt Eve in the garden, why wasn't Adam there? Adam had gone to work. Eve was at home. And that is why when God cursed man and woman, he cursed man in the place that he is supposed to be in charge of. And he says you would suffer to make money. And he cursed Eve in the scope that she is supposed to be in charge of, which is family and caring for the children, bringing life. And he said you would suffer to bring children to life, to bear children. But today, women are taking both men's course of of suffering to get money and also enduring their own costs. So we're now seeing women being presidents, being heads of world banks, heading the stock exchange markets, being governors of states, and vying for the seat of presidents of first world nations. They didn't just sit there and say, after all, it is not our nature. So some of these men understand that you cannot just relax and term something nature, even when you see that it is bringing about conflicts in your personal relationships. So there's several reasons why some other men do not conform to this concept of all men must do this. These men exist. These men live amongst us. All men are not dogs. Decent men exist. Principled men exist. God-fearing men exist. Men that have respect for themselves and their families exist. It is important that we keep pushing out this narrative. We cannot be painting all men bad. We have to give some kind of hope and confidence to women, to young girls who are yet to get married, so they can purge themselves of that ideology that, oh, it has to be one of two evils. All men are like this, pick your evil. No, it is men that are like that are trying to inject it out there so it can look like a way of life. So it can look like you don't have a choice. You better accept me because every other person out there is like me. Please, it is not always like that. Nothing in life is absolutely absolute. So know your values, know your threshold, know what you can accept and what you can deal with, what you can tolerate, what you can live with, what can break you and what cannot break you. Your deal breakers. Open not only your ears but your eyes to the spoken and unspoken words and actions of your partners before committing to a marriage, whether as a man or as a woman. Understand their value systems and see if it aligns with yours, because you would live with the outcome of these choices for the rest of your life. If you do not and will not remember everything that I have said in this video, please remember that Neze told you that building a marriage on the foundation of shared values, shared principles, and a shared belief system is better than building a marriage based off of intimacy and love, just love. Because on days that you cannot feel that love, and those days will come, it is those shared values that would hold that marriage on and keep that marriage together until that phase passes and the lovey-lovey will come back. So let us get what you think about these opinions as shared by our legend, Tuface, that all men are not wired to be sexually active with only one woman. Do you agree or do you disagree? Let us get your thoughts and your opinions down in the comment section, and support every argument with one pie chart, one bar chart, and a short thesis that will be evaluated by the examiner. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you're new here, you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments down in the comment section, and stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. It's me, your girl, Barista Nz, and this is Nezeville. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.